everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Brew Quest. If you look behind me, things are a little bit different. I actually had to move a lot of the bookshelves, then the desk out of my son's room because we're gonna actually start putting him in there for bedtime, put his crib in there and everything. And I realized that I can't work in there and have him sleep in there at the same time, mainly because I shoot a lot of this stuff at night. So I decided let's move this into the living room where we had a lot of his things and put everything into the room, and it worked out pretty well. The space is a little bit bigger. I have a lot more room to play with, especially for taking still shots and video, and I can't wait to start doing a lot more stuff out here. And the plus side is I can actually be a lot louder because I'm actually further away from like the bedrooms. Hopefully everything works out. So far, so good. Today, let's get to today's beer style of the day. It is Fruit and Field beer with Boulevard's Jam Band as this style example. So the Fruit and Field beer, I'm actually not going to read anything off of the history or the description because craftbeer.com basically says it's anything with fruits added, and field portion is anything with vegetables added. I know I've seen like cucumber ales out there. I'm not sure if I've seen anything else like tomato. Wait, no, tomato's technically a fruit, right? Carrot beer? I don't know what other vegetables you can make beer out of, but there is a lot of mango, raspberry, blueberry, boysenberry. There's a lot of berries out there. There's a lot of fruit you can make beer out of, and not that much of a description, so I'm not going to read any of that. But let's get into today's beer, and it's by Boulevard. Now, I've heard about Boulevard before. They actually make Tank 7, which is a Saison or farmhouse ale. I think it's classified as a Saison. And I've heard a lot about it. I've never had it, and a lot of people say just to try it out at least once, and I plan to eventually. But I saw this on the shelf, and I decided let's pick one of these up. So Jam Band is a berry ale. It's brewed with blueberry, red raspberry, and cherry, and it's coming out of Kansas City, Missouri. Nice Midwestern beer. It is 5.9% ABV. There is a code on here. I don't know if that's the packaged date. But they actually don't. Oh, actually, no, sorry. On the bottom, what I'm thinking is June 24th, 2019. And I think it's best before November 21st, 2019. So I'm kind of coming up on this beer's shelf life. But because it's not something like a, what is this? Not like an IPA or anything where the ingredients lose its potency, hopefully this tastes just as good. I'm expecting a lot of berry notes. I'm expecting a lot of fruit notes. I'm expecting kind of sweetness. I know this is a little bit tart as well, but hopefully it tastes pretty good. So take a look at the stats that I can find for Jam Band and the stats for Fruit and Field beers, and pour this out. Let's get a nose on it. Let's taste it. I'll see you right after this. I don't think I've ever had a beer, at least not on this show, that kind of looked like this. This is a very reddish, pinkish beer, and when I was pouring it out, you can definitely get that fruit, get those fruit vibes coming off of it. Head was nice and light pink. Doesn't last long though, kind of dissipates very quick. Take a look at it now. Yeah, the color on this thing is like reddish brown. Yeah, you can definitely tell this thing is, there's some fruit in here. So let's give this a smell. Definitely getting a fruity vibe off of it. Definitely tartness. It's gonna be a slightly sour. Getting a really light alcohol smell to it. Not too strong, but it's kind of there. Biggest thing for me is that it does smell a little tart. It does smell like it's gonna be slightly sour. But looks good, smelled good. Let's hope it tastes good. Cheers. Okay, initially you do get that those berry notes very up front. Very strong. I can't actually pick out which I taste more with this cherry. The raspberries or the blueberries, they kind of all just melt together. Not as sour as I thought it was going to be. It's very slightly tart. Bitterness is really low as well. And on the finish, you do get the bitterness and you get like a malty bready sort of finish. Not too strong, kind of light. But it's pretty good. It's kind of like eating like a sour fruit, that kind of bitterness at the end. But overall, pretty good. Kind of like it. I imagine this beer is something that you would drink at like a pool or like outside on a summer day. This is like a summer beer, I would think, especially when it's very cold. It's sort of like having like a fruit punch or something, maybe. I don't know. But where would I rank this on my beer list? It's pretty good. I don't know. I like fruit. I like fruit beers, so this one's going to be interesting. I don't like this more than I like the Blondale, and the Blondale is at number 8. I think I like the beer flavors better. So you know what? This is actually going to come in right underneath the Blondale at number 9. Yeah, the only reason I think I like this more than the Goza, but the Goza is a little bit different. It's actually a sour beer. I like base beers better. Like the Blondale is just it's just better to me. I like the flavor of the actual beer more than I like this one. Don't get me wrong, I love fruit in my beer, but this one just didn't hit it. And I don't know whether or not this is indicative of the style as a whole, but I've tried fruited beers that taste better than this one. But right now, this is going to come in at number 9. So that's not bad. This is definitely not a bad place to put this beer, because there have been a few beers that are not as successful lately. Boulevard Jam Band. Check it out. If you like this video, please hit the like button below, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. That was very good.